Hi everyone, I'm Doug from DigiPen in Redmond. In this video, we'll introduce a score variable and will award points to the player when they defeat foes. Most games give us goals to achieve as we play. Usually there's a main goal, such as to rescue someone or to beat the other players. Many games also have smaller goals along the way, like reaching the end of a stage or finding a magical treasure. When we play games, we try to achieve these goals, but that doesn't mean that they are the reason we play. Usually it's because we want to have fun. The fun we experience may come in different forms: discovery, fantasy, challenge, and many more. This fun is what the player is after, not the goals themselves. The goals are there to inspire the player and show them what to do. A game's designer knows what's fun about the game, and they'll create goals that support it. If the best part of a game is, for example, how it feels to chop down a tree with an axe, then that game might give the player a goal of chopping down as many trees as they can. Sometimes, when a player feels that they have truly mastered a game, they might make their own goals, like finishing the game as quickly as they can, or seeing how far they can get without using one of the game's main abilities. This is a way for old players to find new fun. One goal that is used in many games is one of the oldest goals in gaming: to score as many points as you can before the end of the game. Scoring points is such a common and classic goal that most games don't even tell the player about it. They just show the player their score and let them decide whether it's something they care about. This goal is effective because it's very simple and straightforward. When you do something the game's designer wants you to do, a number goes up, and you're expected to want it to go up as high as it can. On the other hand, scoring points is sometimes an ineffective motivation for some players who don't find it meaningful or interesting. Many games that give the player a score also feature other goals they can meet as well. This is an easy way for designers to catch the interest of as many different kinds of gamers as possible. In any case, whether a game's goal is to defeat the maniacal villain threatening the world, or just to get a high score, remember, the fun you have along the way is what it's really all about. Let's give the player of Scratch Invaders a simple goal: scoring as many points as they can. We'll implement a scoring system. Load what you've already done in that project, or visit the link in the description below and then click the See Inside button. The first thing we should do is create a variable to store the number of points the player has scored. Click the orange Variables category, and then click the Make a Variable button. Name the new variable Score. When the game begins, we should always reset the score to 0, so add a set block to the body of the hero's Initialize function. Select Score from its list, and leave the number 0 in its value field. Remember that you can click the checkbox just to the left of a variable's reporter block in the block palette to toggle a reporter for the variable in the game window. Most of the time, it's nice to remove it, but in this case, let's keep it there. This way, the player can keep an eye on their score throughout the game. Now select the Enemy sprite in the sprite pane. The player should score points whenever an enemy is defeated. Find the Hit by Bullet function in the code area. This is the function that is run when the enemy is hit by a bullet, so this is where the code should go for scoring points when it's defeated. Find the change block in the block palette. Attach it between the define block for the hit by bullet function and the delete this clone block it contains. Select score from its variable list. How much should we change the score by? Let's create a variable to store this. Click the Make a Variable button. Name the new variable Point Value and select the For This Sprite Only option. Add a set block to the body of the initialize function. Select point value from its list. How many points should the enemy be worth? It's up to you, but remember that higher scores are often more fun, so consider adding an extra 0 on the end of whatever you choose. For now, we'll go with 25 points. No, 250 points. Now find the point value reporter block in the block palette. Put it in the value field of the change block in the body of the hit by bullet function. Now it's ready to test, so click the green flag and try it out. The score goes up by your chosen point value for each enemy you shoot. Let's make this feel a bit more satisfying. How about we play a sound effect as well whenever an enemy is defeated? This will make it even more fun to shoot the enemies. Click the Sounds tab at the top. All of the sprites come with at least one sound effect already added to their lists. When you create your own sprite, as we did with this crab enemy, it has this simple popping sound. If you're using a sprite that doesn't already have this sound, click the Choose a Sound button at the bottom and find the pop sound in the sound library. Once you've got the pop sound added to the list, click the Code tab to go back to the code area. Now we'll add the code that plays the sound. Click the magenta Sound category and find the Start Sound block. Attach it between the Define block for the hit by bullet function and the Change block. Make sure that Pop is selected from its list. Now click the green flag to try it out. That sounds pretty good, but we can make it sound even better. We can make the game randomly increase or decrease the pitch of the sound before it plays. This is a common trick to add variety to a game without having to create more sound effects. Find the Change Effect block in the block palette. Attach it above the Start Sound block right here. Make sure that Pitch is selected from its effect list. The amount to change it by goes in the value field. A positive number will make the sound play at a higher pitch, and a negative number will make it play lower. We want there to be a chance that it will be higher or lower or anywhere in between. Click the green Operators category. Find the Pick Random block and put it in the value field of the Change Effect block. In its left value field, type the number -50. In its right value field, type the number 50. Now click the green flag and try it out. What a fun sound! Let's recap what we've learned in this video. First, we discussed the goals that games present to the player. Many games have main goals and smaller sub-goals. But these goals are not the reason for playing games. People play games to have fun, not just to meet goals. We learned that a game's goals are created to help guide the player to enjoy the best parts of the game. Then we discussed scoring points, which is one of the oldest and most common goals in games. It is effective because of its simplicity, but some gamers find high scores to be meaningless. Finally, we improved Scratch Invaders by making it so that the player scores points by defeating enemies. In the next video, we'll show you how to give the game an ending.